Ain't that a pretty picture? Actually, it's not a pretty picture at all. It's the beginning of December. That's not the view you want to see right about now. Welcome back to GP Outdoors. It's that time of year again. The do or die decision, so to speak. Do I take the loader off? Do I leave the loader on? Do I put the blower and the equipment on the tractor? Do I leave it off? It's the beginning of December, and as you know, we have virtually no snow here at all, just a smattering. We're supposed to get 2 or 3 inches tonight and into tomorrow, but then the forecast over the next coming days is supposed to be warm and sunny. So we know that's going to melt off. Our 2-week forecast says that we're in for the odd day here or there where there's going to be an inch of snow, half an inch of snow, nothing to worry about. And then beyond that, we don't know. At the end of the day, though, it is December. And I don't want to ever get into a bun fight or a debate over whether there is such a thing as climate change or global warming. But I can promise you, over the last 11 years since I bought this property, our weather has changed dramatically here. Really dramatically. So I flipped the coin this morning. I figure I'm just going to put away the rest of the last few implements, get the skidding winch off. I'm going to store it over at Guy's this year, put away my pallet forks and the grapple, and I'm going to take the loader arms off today. I'm not going to be here too often over the next couple of weeks, so I'd rather get it all off now when I at least have a nice sunny day to do it. I also find myself with a bit of a balancing act this year. I'm just creeping up on my 400-hour maintenance on that tractor, so I don't want to have the snow blower or the loader or any type of equipment on it. I need the tractor naked to do it. Neighbor Ralph has been kind enough to let me use his nice, warm, brand new garage, but right now he's got it packed full of some stuff, so he said it may be a week or two before he clears it out. So I think that's the plan. I'm going to get the loader off, get the stuff put away, leave the tractor naked, and keep my fingers crossed that the forecast is right and we don't end up with a snowstorm in the next week. Let's fire it up and get to work. A few of you good folks have already sent me notes asking me if I got my snowmobile permit yet and if I'm all excited and getting ready for the season, but I may have forgotten to tell you good folks, but I actually sold my last sled last March. I decided to pack it in. Kind of an end of an era, you might say, because I've been sledding a long time, but the winters are just not the winters they used to be. 11 years ago, when I first bought this property, we were all snowmobiling come 3rd, 4th week in November. There was already several feet of snow here accumulated every winter. So we were out and about. Our season in this part of Ontario ran from about the end of November right through to the beginning of March, every year. And yeah, we get the odd thaw here and there because that's just part of winter, but it was never a material thaw. It wasn't one that it very seldom ever closed the trails. And if it did close the trails, they were usually only closed for a couple of days because we'd get enough snow to come back. So we were snowmobiling pretty much every weekend right through the winter. Good season. I think up north they still get great snow from what I can see on social media, and they still have a good long season. But through here, last number of years, oh, you can see it. It's the beginning of December again, and there's nothing on the ground. Beginning of December back in the day, that picnic table would have been covered and actually disappeared under the snow by now. We'd have so many feet of snow here. Made for a great season. You've got machines, you've still got to maintain them, and you've still got to insure them. Trail passes, I think, are $280 a season. And last year, I went out once. And I think I filmed it for you folks. Year before, I might have been out twice, but it's just the trails are constantly closed in this area. We've had a lot more warm weather in the winters. We're just not getting the snow we used to. So, I decided to pack it in March. Sold a bunch of my gear, sold the sled, it's gone. I'm gonna miss it. And hey, you never know. If weather changes again and we start getting snow again, I might go find myself a new sled.
I'm seeing if you can lift it up.
Yeah.
What slid?
Probably the PTO shaft. Probably slid forward. It was probably dug in.
Oh.
Okay. Watch yourself. Coming back. Okay. Yours. Good. Okay, I'm going to pull forward.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, much better.
Much gooder.
Gooder 'em. Just a quick break from the video for some of our newer tractor owners on the channel. One of our good subscribers that's been with us a long time just sent me this picture about 3-4 days ago. It was only 5 or 6 years ago for me that I got my very first tractor, and I remember there's a lot of information that you're trying to absorb all at once, trying to learn how to operate that tractor safely, and it can be a little overwhelming. But I want to leave you with 4 things that I'd ask you to try to remember every day when you start that tractor. Always put counterweight on the back of your tractor every day, at least 300 or 400 pounds for these small compacts. And if you're going to be lifting something that's really sizable, you're going to want to put more weight on the back. Always carry your weight as low to the ground as reasonable. Don't drive around through your property with this bucket up in the air, especially if it's loaded with materials. Both of these 2 suggestions, it's all about stability and your safety. Wear your seatbelt every day. And try to remember, always plan your route. If you see a slope on the property, never traverse across the slope. You always want to go 90 degrees up or down. If the only way to get from here to there is to go across that slope, find another way. I hope that's helpful. Try to keep those 4 things in mind every day when you start up the tractor. Thanks so much to our friend who was willing to send that picture along. He's in good shape, he's okay, he didn't get hurt. Tractor needs a little repair though. And hey, you can always fix the tractor. Be safe out there, guys. I always forget to take my foot off the brake. Jeez, it always looks so funny when it's naked, eh? Anyways, I guess we'll find out in a few weeks whether I flipped the coin and made the right decision or not. Thanks so much for sticking around today. Over the next several weeks as we get into the Christmas season, you're probably going to see less videos from me because I've got to spend a little more time with the family. But thank you so much for sticking around so far. You will see from me and hear from me before Christmas. Have a great week with your families. Please be kind to each other. And I'll see you again right here. I'm Gord Potter, and you've been watching GP Outdoors. Cheers. So funny looking.